I was at the Naval Air Station down in Corpus Christi, and I found out about this place in San Antonio. Fast forward. I don't know of anything that identifies San Antonio as much as does Mi Tierra. You can say, well, of course, the Alamo. Well, yes and no. What Mi Tierra does is they're always there for you. They're there 24 hours a day, every day. And you can come early, you can come late. You get the same great menu, and you don't have to come at a certain time. And then you have a beautiful bakery that is so Mexico. And it just so identifies San Antonio that I know of nothing else that does it any better. You may have more people, let's say, that go to the Alamo. Fine, that's wonderful, we like that. But you don't have more people that are really excited about what they do when they get here than those who come to Mi Tierra. We still have people coming here that come in just once a year on a family outing that were here in the Army. And they going off to war to get shot at. But they fell in love when they were here, not because they were working day and night, but because they could go to Mi Tierra. And it's the same. You don't have to call and say, are you open? No, we're always open. And then you always get that same cheerful service, and it always is so San Antonio. It's really not Mexico, it's really not San Antonio, it is Mi Tierra. And that is the big difference. I'm just going to tell one little story, but it's quite a significant one. I fell in love because of the ambiance, because of what it represents, and because it's always fun, and it always is very tasty food. Unlike anything else, anywhere, you say, well, I've eaten enchiladas. Oh, did you go to Mi Tierra? No, well, you haven't eaten enchiladas. Just think you have. So, when we were planning on Hemisphere, Father Pete and I became better friends because he was on the executive committee, and I was the vice president of the fair, and we all were working day and night on it. And the people over at San Antonio Housing had put together a deal that gave Pete an opportunity to move out and stretch out and get a lot more space here, but he had to give up what he had here for a while, and it was very much to his advantage. And Pete came to me and he said, I'm making some people mad. I said, well, you don't make people mad. You never make people mad. He said, I'm making some people mad because I'm not going to close. I'm not going to move. And I said, well, you haven't had it explained right. He said, well, they're going to give me a bunch of stuff. I said, yeah. He said, nobody ever give me anything. I don't believe in giving. I give, but I'm not asking anybody to give me anything. I said, no. You're going to give them your time that you're going to move around. And when it's all said and done, you're going to be able to serve so many more people. And I did mention to him at the time, I said, you know, Pete, you already got a big family going. And I said, you're going to have a bigger family. And I said, that's what's great about your place. It can grow with the same thing that it was from the day that you just had a little few chairs in here. And I said, let me represent you. And he said, you represent me? He said, what's that cost me? I said, it doesn't cost you anything. I said, I would never charge you anything for anything. But I said, you can't pass this up because you're going to have an opportunity to really do so much more of what you do so well. And I said, other places in San Antonio are going to open. They're going to copy Mi Tierra. They're going to try to be the same. They're going to look at the menus and try to be the same, but they can't. They try, but they can't. Mi Tierra is Mi Tierra. There's nothing like it anywhere in the world. So when I saw that the family was recognized by this story here, I asked my assistant, I've been there 44 years, Susie Thomas, to get this framed and done in a manner to where the family can have it, do with it whatever they want. It's always kind of dangerous when you give other people paintings or something like this, because you know other people may not want it. But you don't have to please me with where you put it or what you do with it. it was just my expression that I had the opportunity to show you again how important this was. Now, it wasn't long ago that we were working on a very big project here, and we had people in that people in this town never even knew they were here. Tiger Woods was the key to all of it. By the time I brought Tiger Woods down here the first time, every time he was getting ready to make a trip back to San Antonio, which was about 7 or 8 times over a 2-year period, unfortunately the deal didn't work. But Tiger fell in love first time in here. So it was interesting. We came in and he said, I don't know what to order on this menu. I said, here, I'll order for you. And they started bringing food. And Tiger said, tell them to stop. Tell them to stop. I can't eat all this. I said, well, eat a little, eat what you want. Well, he fell in love with this. But everyone I've ever brought down here, Charlene said, I'll have some big shot come in. And I go home at night, and Charlene would say, did you take that banker from New York to the Argyle? I said, no. She said, well, I thought you were taking him to lunch. I said, I took him to a Tierra lunch like at 2 o'clock. And I said, don't worry, he won't be eating anywhere tonight. because he ate so damn much when he was here. And she said, you took him to Tierra? I said, he said it's the finest place he'd ever been in his life. And I said, you know, there's a guy that's been all over the world and honored all over the world. But I'm telling you, this place is so important that when I saw this piece of paper, and then it was so well done, and then I just got tears in my eyes when I saw this beautiful family, that big family right there. The only thing I've ever seen that big was when I get Lowry May's Christmas card, because his family is spread out like that too, but they don't cook enchiladas like me here. So it's my pleasure on behalf of not just the people in San Antonio, but on behalf of the thousands of people all over the United States, all over the world, that identify with me here. Sometimes we have people who think they're very important and they're really not. Sometimes we have people that are very important. They don't think they're important, but they are. And that's what the Cortez family is. You guys don't think you're important, but you are important. And when Pete worried about this thing, when we were doing the Hennage Fair, and he said, they're gonna close me up, then I'm not gonna get my place back, and it's not gonna be the way I want it. I said, Pete, everything's gonna be the way you want it. All you gotta do is tell them what you want. And they're gonna charge me so much. No, they're not gonna charge you so much. But at any rate, Pete believed me because I knew I was coming right. Because we had to increase Tierra's role down here. There wouldn't be any use having all this out here. Because everybody, we need all the people that are here, the other merchants and all. But the key to all of this is Tierra. Period, paragraph. So, Speedy Gonzalez, who came into my life when he was getting out of the Army here and was born outside the United States, but in the South Pacific, who came in and fought for his country here and came down and was lucky enough to buy a used car from us. And I saw at the time, this guy's got a lot of personality. So we jerked him out of his job here when he got discharged, and he's been a part of our group for 48 years.
Wow. Wow.
So on behalf of all of San Antonio, and on behalf of all of the people who come here and love this place like they love it, nothing else in the world like they love it. It is my pleasure to present to the family this little memento of our feeling for you, and tell you again, keep raising those kids. Let's have more Cortezes. Let's have more Cortezes, and then maybe we'll have Tierra go from all the way from 35 to 37. Why not?
On behalf of the family, I just want to say a few words because first of all, this is probably the greatest honor we've ever gotten. It really is.
Thank you.
Because it's about my father, and it's about an immigrant that came from Mexico and really put himself to show us the way why America is great, and we have to keep it great. we have this mural of the American dream, and it's dedicated to our parents, dedicated to Don Pedro Cortez and my mother Cruz Cortez. And it touches our heart. We have not heard this story. We have amplified our vision, and my brother David, my brother Ruben, my sister Rosalinda, and we're transitioning. You came at the right time, Red, because we're transitioning to their generation, and they needed to hear these words. And Claudia over there, I mean, there are people, they've been with us 40 plus years, 30 plus years. You know, we love them. We have over 600 members, and each and every one of them, we have the leaders here now. They're taking this forward with Pete, the oldest of the grandsons, leading the charge, and my cousins and my nieces and my daughters and my sons do I have two, but this is the eldest, and right now I'm the eldest. Our brother Manuel went to the Lord some years back, and but this is the greatest honor. Quite honestly, this is the message that God sent, honestly, because they needed to hear this. And I just text my brother David, we need to get our third generation together and let them know that big responsibility of passing on the mantle, because it's beyond, it's a blessing. And that blessing came to Don Pedro, Pete, and my mother Cruz, the cross. And I asked Father God, why is that, Father God? He said, son, they are the humblest, and they never forgot where they came from. So it's your duty to multiply the blessing.
Amen.
And so we have kept this as strong as we possibly can. My brother David, myself, creating, expanding the vision, getting the Alameda opened up, doing a macro plaza, doing a beautiful culture. So now we're passing it to them, and the daughters, they're strong. The women are strong. We have strong women. But thank you so much, Red. I heard you speaking. I seen you come many a times, and I know it's the enchiladas, but I heard you speaking in the back of the mariachi bar with your team members, and I said, shit, man, that's the way to talk. This guy is still got that spark going on. So thank you so much. It's a great honor.
Well, it's coming to me, Tierra. That keeps me going. But that's something to live for. There's nothing like it. Well, I loved Father Pete, and he was such a private man, but he was such a humble man, as you say, and he had worked for everything that he ever got in his life, and he knew he was going to take care of his family, but he just couldn't believe that with all this going on and all this stuff about a fair and all this stuff about what they're going to do down here, and reporters and engineers and all coming, and he said, I just don't believe you get something for nothing. I don't want to appear like I'm not joyful that you're thinking of me, but honestly, I said, well, honestly, you don't believe it. And he said, no, I don't. I said, trust me. I said, say it's coming from me. I'm telling you. It's not only going to happen, but they have to have it. So you just go ahead, play hard together. Just stay where you are. You and I know that you're going to do it.
That's right.
He said, okay. And I said, ask them for the moon. Doesn't matter, because they have to have it. And he said, okay, so you do that for me? I said, yeah. And he said, I said, it's going to happen. But I said, you got to tell them, you just can't do it. Because all of your spirit and everything is in this little place. And I said, you're going to get everything you want. Just get your pencil, and you and your wife and your family sit down. You'd like to have this, like to have that. And I said, don't let them talk you out of it, because they have to have it. They have to have it. And of course, it made this end of the downtown totally everything that it is. Everything else is built around Tierra. So to all of you, you've blessed us by being born into such a wonderful family. And your family blessed us by seeing an opportunity that was worth coming to San Antonio and fighting a tough battle to find his place here. But he did. And he didn't want to owe anybody anything. He didn't want anybody to give him anything. He just wanted to do his thing, and do it so well. So it's my pleasure. This is a little thing that I'm doing.
Thank you. Thank you, and especially the words, God bless. Thank you very much.
So, with that, thank all of you very much, and I'll be back to see you soon. And I'll have the Mexican plate. I know the pizza. He's looking. He said,
Ken,
right.
let's get a picture in front of him, and I also want to thank Katie Burke from the San Antonio Business Journal for writing such a great article. We've gotten such a great response. She does a great job in all those stories she writes, but she did a great job with
Can
this
we
one.
stand with Pete and take a photograph?
Of course.
Here, let's get somebody to hold it. Let me help you, Mr. McCombs.
Just tell me where to go.
We're going to stand right here in the middle, right next to Pete. There you go.
Red.
Hello, John, little hunk. What's up, brother? How you doing, Big John?
You take my stick. What?
Cheryl, get over here.
I'll stand like this. That way.
Take one for me, Manny. Close up.
You got it?
One more thing. I got to tell a story. When I owned the Vikings, in my airplane, it only takes us a minute, 1 hour and 50 minutes to fly to Minneapolis. So one morning, about an hour before we were going to leave, I'd done my workout at the house, and suddenly I thought, you know what? Those guys never have been exposed to me Tierra. So I called down here and I said, would you fix me up about 3 or 4 boxes of just anything for guy? Doesn't matter what it is. What would you like this? I said, I don't care what it is. I said, fix me 3 or 4 boxes. I got room in the back end of my plane, and I'm gonna take it to my players. Well, I did, and so they loved it. About 2 weeks later, I had a big guard weighed 372 pounds, and he said, when are you going to bring some more of that Mexican food? I said, well, we'll do that again. He said, next time, tell them go ahead and take the peeling off of that thing. What are you talking about? He said, well, on that one thing, I was trying to eat it, but the peeling, you can't eat the damn peeling. I said, that's what we call a shuck. He said, I don't care, just tell them, take that and keep it. Send me what's inside. At any rate, so many stories. But thank all of you, thank the family. What really is important is what you guys do down here. And you don't realize, when we bring new people, and we bring them in here, we don't tell them in advance what this is. And they just get blown away, so to speak. So, on a minute's notice, you guys can change the world, and you do all the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You bet.
Thank you, everybody. Speedy Gonzalez.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
This man started life.